You may have heard the term beginner's mind or having fresh eyes. Really, it means a beginner's mind is seeing something like new, something that's uniquely different than you've ever looked at it before. It may be the exact same thing that you've always done, but you're looking at it with another perspective or a new position. It was about 1997 or 8, and I was working with the Warriors. And if you saw The Last Dance, you saw B.J. Armstrong speak quite a bit about Michael Jordan because he was a teammate with 3 of his championships, and the first 3. Then B.J. got traded to the Warriors, and he was a bit of an older guy compared to some of the rookies. And I got friendly with him. We used to go out to dinner, have really good conversations. As you saw from the Last Dance, he's quite a deep thinker. And I love just listening to him and talking to him about his past and, you know, his time with the Bulls. And one day we were at the Claremont Hotel in Oakland, and I remember saying to him, BJ, who was Michael Jordan really? Not what the media portrays him as or what you might read about, but you as not only a teammate, but a friend. You used to vacation. I think their wives at the time were close. And I asked BJ about Michael, and you know what he said? I remember it. I remember just where we were sitting, and he goes, Michael was the guy, I couldn't tell if it was his first or last day of practice. First day meaning you're just like your eyes are wide open and you're seeing it for the first time, or the last day because you're savoring every second because you know you'll never be doing this again. And BJ told me that. And he said Michael could be in a cab, he could be, you know, playing cards, he could be at practice, he could be eating a sandwich, whatever it was. He had this ability to be like really, really in the moment, really present, and kind of look at things fresh. Now, that was cool, and I've many times, I may have even told you this story in class before, so apologize if I'm repeating myself. But as I'm watching The Last Dance just a few months ago, BJ on camera is telling the camera exactly what he told me like in 1997 about Michael. And, you know, being present, not the whole thing like I just described, but the same essence of that. And I thought, that's cool. He told me that, you know, 20-some years ago. That's a beginner's mind. Being able to not get stuck in the humdrum, I've done this before, I've been here before. Like, we've all been there before. I've been here, I've been telling this story before. I've been in front of you before. I've done almost everything I've done before. I came to this studio to record videos before, but today, now is the day that I'm feeling it and seeing it and doing it with fresh eyes. Saying it with a new tone or energy or enthusiasm, right? And maybe sometimes it's very, very identical to last week's performance or next week's performance. That's okay. I once heard a Broadway star that had been on Broadway for 15 years, and when he was retiring, they said, his name was Yul Brynner, and he said, how did you do The King and I for 15 years? And he said, because I approached each time I got on stage like it was my first time. So what could you be doing to shift your perspective, to get some more personal awareness, you know, through your sport or through your job or through your performing art, whatever it is you do? How could you get more of a beginner's mind, more fresh eyes, more enthusiasm, more creativity? Creativity. I heard Deepak Chopra say recently that creativity means that you have to be comfortable with the unknown. If you are knowing everything and you've been here before, there's not a real lot of room for creativity. But even if it's something you've done many times, but you're looking at it with a beginner's mind, you can look at creative ways, new ways of bringing in something, a new idea, a new product or a new message, right? Whatever it is. So I want you to really be thinking about how you can have more and more and more of a creative beginner's mind, fresh eyes, look at life new, be awake. When you feel that kind of dullness and like drudgery, you know, trick yourself, play with yourself, compete with yourself. Don't let that part of yourself win, okay? Beginner's mind.